I can see why they taught us about Eve and not Lilith. They don't want us channeling that energy. I think it's time we do. Even though Lilith's story predates the Bible, yes, predates the Bible. Many people don't even know who Lilith is, or I should say what Lilith is. Lilith appears in Sumerian, Babylonian, and Jewish mysticism. She was first known as a goddess tied to fertility, sexuality, and the wild feminine side. And of course, she was later reimagined as a demon in patriarchal narratives. In the alphabet of Ben Sira, which is the Jewish lore, Lilith is portrayed as Adam's first wife. This is a lot different from the story we heard about Eve because they said Eve was made from Adam's rib. This insinuates that Adam came first. According to the text, this became a problem with Lilith because Lilith was like, nah, we was made at the same time. I'm about to worship and obey him. What do you think this is? Lilith said, you know what? Y'all got it. I'm leaving Eden. With Lilith leading the Garden of Eden, this marked her as a symbol of defiance, autonomy, and divine power. Of course, when she left Eden, they demonized her, made her a symbol of chaos, a seductress, a child snatcher. All of that is distortion. They made all that up just so they could suppress the divine feminine. Lilith represents equality. She just wanted equal standing with Adam. Remember, everything is allegorical, so I'm going to get to the allegories in a minute, but I want to just break the story down so it'll make sense to y'all. Lilith was challenging the idea that men was superior to women. It also represents sexual autonomy. She controlled her body. She wasn't letting nobody tell her what to do with it. This threatened the patriarchal narrative because according to them, women's body is solely for male use. I think not. It also represents divine knowledge like the serpent in Eden. She sought higher wisdom and was not comfortable. She wasn't content with blind obedience. Just like everything else, her story was rewritten to instill fear. Now that we have the story out the way, let's look at it allegorically. You know that Adam is A-T-O-M, atom. Of course, Adam represents the masculine principle, foundation of structure, logic, and physical manifestation. Atom, A-T-O-M, is the first building block of creation. But remember, it's incomplete without balance, which is where Lilith comes in. Like I said, Lilith is that raw, wild-ass feminine energy. This is the creative and chaotic force of the cosmos. She is the dark matter energy, that unseen force. And this energy holds the universe together. Departure from Adam symbolizes the imbalance. Feminine energy is rejected or suppressed. Now, Eve is more of a structured feminine energy. She represents the nurturing, controlled aspect of the feminine. She was shaped from Adam to complement him. It's like the receptive, manifesting force of creation. It embodies harmony with structure. Again, Adam, spark of creation. Lilith is the void, dark matter energy, or what we like to call primordial energy from which every creation was birthed. You think about Eden is a contained, structured garden, which is why Lilith left. Energy cannot be boxed or constrained. She couldn't stay in the garden because her energy is expansive and free. Serpent is the Kundalini energy. This is the force that connects us to divine wisdom and truth. Lilith and the serpent share this symbolism. Both of them encourage the pursuit of knowledge and spiritual wisdom, as well as self-realization. How did Lilith leave the Garden of Eden? She spoke the name of God. This represents the mastery of energy. To speak the name is to understand the frequency and vibration of the creation. Her leaving wasn't rebellion, it was a reclamation of power. Eve represents the structured feminine energy that wants to fit within the constraints of the masculine energy. You know that energy is everything, and Lilith represents energy in its rawest form. This energy reminds us of our full creative potential, connection to the divine, and our shadow self. This energy teaches us to embrace the parts of us that we fear, untamed, intuitive, and passionate aspects of our being. In the video where I talked about Medusa's real story, I told y'all how she was depicted with serpentine locks. In many ancient cultures, so was Lilith. Snakes, aka the serpent, are a representation of transformation, rebirth, and power. This is why they shed their skin. In my Origins of Humanity video, I explained to y'all the correlation and why we shed skin just like the serpent. Snakes are an extension of divine power. This power was a threat to patriarchal control. So of course, Medusa and Lilith were both demonized. Medusa's locks and Lilith's untamed hair, aka her serpentine locks, they are both connected. They represent energy in its unbound state. It has always been symbolic and tied to our spiritual wisdom, knowledge, and power. Don't forget the strength. When we break the stories down, we can see exactly why they demonized both of these figures. Because Lilith bucked the system and left the Garden of Eden, Medusa was demonized after being violated in Athena's temple. They want everybody to believe they was the demon. As part of the larger cosmic shift, we are definitely witnessing the return of Lilith as well as Medusa's energy. You know, energy moves in cycles, so we in the cycle of rebalancing. Divine feminine can no longer be suppressed. People are breaking free from dogma and reconnecting with ancient wisdom. Get this, the rise of Lilith and Medusa's energy is not to suppress the masculine as they did us. We are here to rebalance because masculine energy thrives when it's rebalanced with feminine energy. We're here to create harmony, not dominance. You can understand the symbolism, the metaphors, and the allegory. You start to see the message clearly. And you start to see how society fears that raw, untamed, divine feminine energy. There's nothing they can do now. We rising and we will never be suppressed again. So the story of Lilith, if nothing else, teaches us that we cannot step into our full power until we embrace every part of ourselves. Lilith was a true definition of be who you are. Walk in your power. Make sure you let me know your thoughts in the comments. Peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.